What's up, VC? What's up, vinyl community? It's Dan hanging out with you for Dan's Vinyl Channel. And we're doing a second round of recent 80s pickups. Now, the other video that I did was a lot of the hair metal stuff from the 80s that I recently picked up. This is the non-hair metal recent 80s pickups. These are all used vinyl pickups. I've got a new vinyl video that I'm going to be coming up with here shortly. But without any further ado, I must have a drink of coffee before we get started. So it's like 85 degrees here, and the humidity has got it feeling like it's like 100. It's ridiculous, and here I am still drinking coffee. Anyway, so hope you guys are having a great start to your weekend. All right, so let's get on to the vinyl, all right? I got a stack of a few records here. Got about 5 or so that I'm going to show today. This first record, I was so excited when I found it, guys. I was so thrilled, and the price was awesome, and the record itself didn't look that bad, and it was like the cover was in incredible shape, and the insert was in incredible shape, and it was like $6. It's Love by the Cult. This is an album that I've been looking for by the Cult. I'm starting to get my Cult collection together, and I tell you what, guys, I mean, you know, these black albums, they always have a little bit of some ring wear on them, and, you know, but otherwise, it's in great shape. The inner sleeve looks really good. It's really nice, and, you know, it's a little bent up a little bit, and, you know, looking inside, I'm looking at the wax, and I'm like, yeah, you know, I mean, it's not a bad placeholder copy, you know, for $6. What are you going to do? And, you know, it's listenable. You know, after you've been doing this a while, you know what's listenable and not, pretty much by looking at it. And I get it home, and I'm real excited, and I want to bust it out. And I'm like, all right, man, we're going to listen to some Nirvana by the Cult. Cleaned it up. It was a little dusty. Cleaned it up real nice. Sat it down on the platter, dropped the needle, and it sounds so bad. It's one of the worst sounding records that I've had. There's skips, forward skips on it, and it doesn't look that bad, which is really, really weird. I've never had a record that looked as decent as this one that sounds as bad. I mean, there's some scuffs on it. I would have called it a VG. I wouldn't have called it a VG plus. You know? I mean, it's just, you can't tell from here. But, you know, I mean, you know how it is. But, yeah, I'm looking at it, and I see there's a scuff or two there. You know, the dead wax looks a little marked up. My gosh, it sounds absolutely awful. I mean, just terrible. Just, you know, pop, crackle. Just, you know, Rice Krispies all over this album, guys. All over it. Right over the music. Skips. Ugh. Just sounds bad. So, you know, I guess that if I was super, like, really, really, really desperate to listen to some Cult off this record, you know, like if I absolutely have to hear Rain, or I have to hear She Sells Sanctuary, or I have to hear Brother Wolf, or, you know, something like that, I'll just bust this album out and I'll stream it over my speakers, which are Bluetooth as well. So, yeah, they're just not going to work, guys. Not going to work. But nice placeholder copy. So, hopefully I'll find one that's got a chewed cover and the wax inside is decent. You know, so this will just sit in there nice, and it looks really nice. So if I want to look at it, I'll be like, oh, doesn't it look nice? I just won't listen to it. All right, this next record, you know, the old Discogs trick that I do. My wife, she'll buy something like, she's into jazz, so she'll buy a jazz record, which I like jazz records too. And but I'll always look through the store of the seller that she's going to, because oftentimes, you know, it's like $5 for shipping for like up to 3 or 4 records. And sometimes you find some stuff for $1.50, like this one. Bryan Adams' Reckless album. Great shape. Very common record from the 80s, but it was in super great shape. Looked barely played. All the hits are on this one, guys. I mean, just about everything. One Night Love Affair, Run to You, Heaven, Somebody, Summer of '69. It's all on here. And for $1.50, I didn't have it, so why not? $1.50. And I've listened to this album more times than I thought I would. So, yeah, I've played it like 3 or 4 times since I got it. It's a great album. Great sounding album. All right, moving on. So this band that I'm about to show 3 records that I got out of that collection. That I got about 30 records from. This band, I didn't have any of their vinyl until just a few months ago. I just never did find it at a decent price. So I'm in St. Louis, and I found a couple of records a few months ago at Vintage Vinyl. I found Point of Entry and Screaming for Vengeance for $5 a piece. They were in pretty decent shape. The covers weren't that great. But, you know, to me, it's not so much about the cover. I do like a nice cover, but it's more about the wax inside. And if they're, you know, if the cover isn't absolutely falling apart or something. So you guys know I'm talking about Judas Priest. So go to that recent haul where I picked up all these records. Got about 30 of them. And got 3 new Judas Priest albums, new to me. Cataloged all these. Got British Steel finally. Now, you see, I've had these. I've streamed them forever. I've had them on tape. I've had the CDs. I've had just, you know, but I never had the vinyl. As far as I could tell, these are OG presses. I've gone through, cataloged them on Discogs, and old British Steel here, man. Great Priest record. It's got tons. You know, I mean, this is like the quintessential, you know, Priest record here. And check out those outfits, man. There's my dude, man. Glenn Tipton. Yeah. Love Glenn. Love his guitar work, man. So, yeah, Judas Priest, British Steel. Finally got that one. Great record, man. Great record. And, yeah, I wanted to tell you. So, on the last video that I made, I mentioned that I didn't want to talk about prices. I didn't want to brag, you know. And then Rob from Black Star Vinyl was like, dude, brag. Tell us what you got, you know. So I've got about 30 records, and they all averaged out to about $5 a piece. So that's it. I think it was like $5.20 maybe a record that I ended up giving for each one of them. So just great deals. I had to make some decisions, guys. I didn't have that much money, but you know, I got 30 of them. And I was very, very happy with what I got. So, you know, just not a lot of money, but I got a lot of records. So, yeah, you know, we've been eating beans for a minute. Just kidding. It wasn't that bad. But, yeah, so Judas Priest, British Steel. All right, so this other one, I didn't know this. I'm cataloging these, and I look them up, and, you know, I like to do a little Google on these albums, you know, kind of just find out what the story is. I remember when I was a kid, very first Judas Priest song I heard was on this record. Judas Priest Turbo. Yeah, the song Locked In. I remember hearing that. That was, I think it was like on it's on Headbangers Ball or something. I first heard that song. And if you see the hype sticker, those are all the great songs that are on this record. A lot of people do not like this record because they say they don't like the synth, and they thought that they were trying to go more mainstream, I guess. I don't know. I like this album. I think it sounds great. I always have liked Turbo by Judas Priest. I like the artwork. It's great stuff. You can't go wrong, man. It's Priest. Pretty awesome record. I like it. I don't know. Maybe you guys don't. Maybe you guys are amongst those people that don't like it. To each his own, man. I mean, you know how it goes. Then I got their follow-up album to Turbo, and that's Judas Priest 1988, Ram It Down. We got the giant fist of fury of God crashing the earth. This is just complete metal. It opens up with Rob Halford's scream. It's just great stuff. Judas Priest, Ram It Down. I love this album. It's their their preceding album to Painkiller, which is my favorite Judas Priest album, which I do not have on vinyl. Which brings a question. Now, in this collection, they had Painkiller, but it was the reissue. It was the We Are vinyl press. Now, I have not listened to that album, and it was a little more expensive than all the others, which was kind of strange because it was like the reissue. It was the one reissue of all the Judas Priest records that were on there. And I wanted to ask you guys if you guys have that one, if you can let me know how that press is. I saw it. It's on Amazon fairly cheap. I think it's like $16, $17 on Amazon for Painkiller. And I've been looking at it, but you know, it's just one of those things. I try to get original presses when I can, unless they're like an MOV press or something. I love the music on vinyl pressings. Like King Diamond's Abigail music on vinyl pressing sounds amazing. I'm very happy with the MOV presses that I do have. But if you guys know Painkiller, if you guys know that that's a decent press, the We Are vinyl pressing is good on that, please let me know in the comments below. That'd be great. Because that's going to have to be one that I pick up. That's probably going to have to be my next buy. I've listened to all these, and I'm like, I need Painkiller now. You guys know how it is. I got to complete the collection. All right, so anyway, yeah, that'll do it for this video. And yeah, I have another question for you guys. If you could please let me know. I'm having to upgrade a lot of equipment because I'm getting a lot more voiceover work lately, and I want to put out so I bought I bought this nice microphone, and I'm wanting to just see if it sounds okay. If it doesn't sound good, if you guys could let me know, that would be really cool, because I'm 50-50 on it. I'm not sure if I like this microphone or not, so it might go back. Thank God Sweetwater has a great return policy. So anyway, you guys take it easy. Have a wonderful weekend. Keep digging them records. I got another couple of videos probably gonna get out this weekend. So you guys take it easy. Peace out. You guys have a great weekend, and we'll see you later.